All right, let's get this party started. What's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Welcome back to the channel. Time for another episode of Caffeine Crypto, where I welcome you to join me with your favorite caffeinated beverage of choice: coffee, tea, energy drink. But if you don't like caffeine, grab some damn water as we go over some crypto news. Maybe not every hot topic out there, but definitely something that I find considerable throughout the week. We do this once every Saturday around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In between, Crypto Mikkel, Chump Change, myself, Red Panda, and then Rabid Mining. So Saturday morning cartoons. Well, no, it's Crypto Morning Fun Time. I don't know. Give it a name. Put on a shirt. Either way, market's looking pretty good. Now, Bitcoin is stabilizing, sitting around that 44K area, giving the altcoins time to catch up. And we're seeing some good stuff here. So we got Avalanche up around 18%. We got DOT or Polkadot up around 10%. We got Mutable X up about 16%. And Algorand kicking some butt too as well, up around 16%. A lot of good tokens up. Tezos, Algorand Gold. I don't know how FTT is still alive, but it is. EOS, if you still got that. Some Gala, some Ape, some Bonk, some Beam X. And by the way, Beam X, all the beams are pumping, and I think people are buying the wrong beam because I know there's a new degen token out there that the whales have been getting on. So HBAR up 7%. ICP, and no, not Insane Clown Posse. If you guys are some of my rock listeners, punk listeners, it is Internet Computer, and Near and Crow up as well. So some of these altcoins, Solana doing really good at $75. Wow. Good thing I hung on to what I had. ADA up around 12% at 61 cents right now. Good to see. So while Bitcoin has been kind of stabilizing, right? So we hit this wall. This wall right now, if I get out of your way, is right around that 44K mark. Kind of hit this wall and is pulling back a little bit. We're still way above legacy lines. Above some trend lines that I've been monitoring, above the EMA ribbons, the 20, the 50, 100, and 200. So usually when Bitcoin gets above the 200, we like to stay there. However, if we were to pull back, let's go ahead and measure that out. If we were to pull back and touch that EMA, let's say it, kind of starts to curve a little bit. That's only about a 7% or 8% dip. That's certainly possible. However, I don't see us going back down to, the below 30K. I really don't see us getting below 30K. We got the 20, I believe, doing a really good job of, is that the 20? No, excuse me. Wait a second. Which one is the right one? Colors. All these colors. Either way, I don't see us getting back to 30K. It doesn't matter. However, nothing is out of the realm of impossibility because Bitcoin just does what it wants. A lot of people are in greed right now. Usually, if I get out of your way here, you'll see the fear and greed index in the upper right-hand corner. A lot of people are into greed. And usually when there's a lot of people being greedy, that means you need to be smart. You need to be safe. You need to understand your risk and manage your portfolio accordingly. So when everybody's fearful, you run towards it. If everybody's greedy, you run away from it. So we'll see how things go as we have, despite the U.S. government being a little bit back eastwards, people are very bullish on crypto as a whole, especially Bitcoin, concerning the Bitcoin ETF. So we got some various bits of news for you, talking a little bit about, the many deaths of crypto. Bitcoin's dead, how many times? The crypto provisions being dropped from the U.S. defense bill, how senators are targeting crypto. Obviously, we got some video to play for you as Jamie Dimon agrees with Senator Elizabeth Warren that all the favored content creators, K-Dub, Altcoin Daily, all of them talked about or brought up in their video. We're also going to show it as well. I know most of you that watch or are regular have seen it already. JP Morgan being fined. Crypto Biz, BlackRock, Bitcoin ETF, Seed Capital, Hashkeys, Target, Market Markers, and more. Fidelity held a meeting with the SEC about the spot Bitcoin fund. We'll see how that went. And then this opinion piece by Ramesh talking about 12 best cryptocurrency stocks to buy according to hedge funds. That's according to hedge funds. Of course, Robinhood has also launched a crypto trading service in the EU, and then see if there's anything popping off in the tech space. Is there anything of interest? I don't really see anything of interest, but you will be the judge, right? As we have, I guess you could say, more revisions of the same. Not really anything new. I'd be excited to see how the RX 8000 series on AMD turns out, how the RTX 5000 series turns out from Nvidia, and what Intel continues to do with their push forward. Because some of the Intel GPUs, believe it or not, are actually becoming attractive, especially at the price point that they're at right now. But yeah, nothing too crazy. U.S. issues warning to Nvidia, urging to stop redesigning chips for China. The U.S. really wants to make a push into the silicon space and make sure that chips and everything are, they just want to be the leader in the space. Now, the U.S. wants to be the leader in everything, because most of what we did has been outsourced to various countries. Like, for example, battery production. I'm not sure if you caught up on that, documentaries and stuff like that, but we're trying to get battery production back here in the States. We're trying to get these plants like TSMC or the new Intel plant up and running so we can start producing our own chips in-house in the States, especially because they want to be able to power their jets with in-house chips instead of outsourced chips. So we'll see how things go. But it has nothing to do with the crypto space. I just find that very interesting and something that whether you're in crypto or tech, you should just be aware of, especially in the world news of things. Not going to talk about all the political tensions out there, but just going to talk about some crypto news. So I'm excited to see how things are going. Bitcoin, seriously, on the daily, if we look, what was the beginning of this week? Let's just say the beginning of December. All right. So that would be last Friday, the beginning of December, from right around here to where we are now, was a 17% increase. And if we look at the end of October, so November was a green month. And usually, what's funny is I warned you guys about the holidays and how things usually pull back. That's still a possibility, but usually that pullback starts to happen right before Thanksgiving as people reallocate, take profits, whatever it might be. This November was a little bit different. Obviously, there was some profit taking as we fell a little bit right here. Got a large candle right here and right here, but not too much. November was a pretty good month this year. So maybe things are changing. Maybe it's just because the ETF news, maybe there's more capital getting in, investment from institutions. But ever since October 15th to now, we're up 64%. That's a pretty decent uptick. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. Not financial advice. Anything I say on this channel is not financial advice, but dollar cost averaging could be a good way to diversify yourself and get some more of said crypto. Taking a real quick look or gander at the live chat. Thank you so much for stopping by. Chris Hanley, Shay Mining, Endless Mining. How you doing, brother? Crypto Pounder 4, MJ, Neomorphous 1.0, D-Miners. How you doing? Son of Rabid Panda. And Yeti, good morning to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bitcoin's many deaths. Is the crypto market past the point of no return? Now, unfortunately, it doesn't look like inside OBS chat. I can do a poll. Let's see here. I want to do a poll, but let me read some more of this for you. So Bitcoin has been declared dead more times than you think amid downswings in the market, but it's always managed to bounce back. How many times have we heard Bitcoin die? A lot, right? And it tells us here that by market cap has died 474 times since 2010. So since 2010, people who have called for Bitcoin's death was 472 times. That's a lot for something to die and not really be dead. Often the proclamation is met with cheering by crypto skeptics as evidence that Bitcoin or BTC is not a viable asset, but it might not be as simple or so simple to kill the asset off or to kill this cryptocurrency off, at least according to some experts in the space. And then we had, of course, Peter Schiff, the Gold Bug, saying a year ago Bitcoin hit 69K. One of the main reasons for the spectacular rally was the leverage that funded unprecedented crypto advertising and speculative buying. The FTX bankruptcy proves the entire rally was a fraud. It will never repeat. Bitcoin mania is over. I would urge differently. I would urge differently, or I would argue differently, not urge. But of course, we got a head of development at BNB chain, Tomas. Is that how you say that? Tomas is confident that it would take more than a bear market or crypto winter to end Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been through many crypto winters, and some of us, not all of us, some of us have been through more than one. I can say I lost count of how many bear markets I've been in, but my faith and my convictions never wavered. And then it goes on to explain, what a bear market is, blah, blah, blah. Then Tomas goes on to tell Cointelegraph, in his opinion, the only way Bitcoin and broader crypto market could die would be if something extreme happens, such as an underlying community losing interest or everyone's exiting the space at once, meaning like they're leaving Bitcoin and going to, a different asset class. Can Bitcoin be dethroned as number one cryptocurrency? Probably not. Even if Ethereum had a really, really good year or years, I don't see it. Because if you look at market cap, that's quite a ways to go to catch up to Bitcoin, right? That's quite a way. So will Bitcoin be dethroned? I don't think it's likely. Matter of fact, let's go take a look if I can find it at the... Wow, where is it? Where did they put it? Where did they put it? I lost it. Community, products. Where did they put it? Damn it. Damn it, man. I'm looking for the, whatchamacallit. Yeah, because you guys know what that is. Wow. What the heck? Bitcoin dominance. They put it up top. They put it up top. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance is at 52%. If I get out of your way here, we got all these different types of charts that we can look at. That's taking forever to load. But yeah, Bitcoin dominance, here it is right here. Dating back to 2013, when Bitcoin has been alive for many years before that, or a couple years before that. No, many years before that. Bitcoin dominance in that heyday was around 93, almost 96% is what I'm seeing. Yeah, so 96%, it was the highest. It looks like, I'm sure there's probably like a 97 somewhere in there. Of course, during the 2017 season, Bitcoin dominance fell to under 40%. Altcoins rallied. Then Bitcoin started to climb back up. Then the bear markets, of course. And Bitcoin is really taking back its throne in the dominant sector, so to speak. And I don't see any of the gold bugs or any of the altcoin brothers really taking over for Bitcoin. Maybe the dominance might drop down back to 40 because that's what it was back in the bear market. But when we get into a bull market, Bitcoin dominance certainly exceeds that of the altcoins. So we'll see how things go. So let's answer this question of this title real quick. Let me save my point here. Let's go ahead and highlight this for you guys. All right, just saving my point real quick. And I know what you guys are going to say. Are you ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. Is Bitcoin past the point of no return? Question mark. Yes. It's only two answers this time. I'm not going to give you a maybe and this, that, and the other thing. But then we're going to do that. What I mean by past the point of no return, what I mean by that is like we're not going back to the lows. We're officially into the bull market, and we might have some retracement, we might have some pullback, but we are done going back to those lows of the past. So we're no longer going to get back to, let's say, the 25K or below range. We might touch 30 or whatever, but we're not going to get 25 or below. All right, that's what I mean by the poll. Go ahead and weigh your thoughts and opinions. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please send either a super chat or at me in the live chat. Again, as I always recommend, do not spend money on me unless your bills are paid and your family and you are taken care of. I appreciate your support, but it's not necessary. So anyways, we got a quote here that says the crypto market, like any market in the economy, moves in waves and trends upward or downward depending on the market sentiment. The market has been through multiple bear markets, but historically we have seen the market recover from similar trends. In 2011, 2013, 2017, 2021, crypto saw huge spikes in value only to come crashing down to earth. So far, after each crash, the price has recovered years down the road. Overall, the bear market in crypto winter has been particularly savage. After reaching highs of 69K in 2021, BTC lost more than 60% of its value in 2022, according to CoinGecko. As of 2023, recovered some, but BTC is still roughly 40% down since its all-time highs, right? So that all-time high of 70K, or roughly 70K. Let's go ahead and measure that real quick. If we were to push back up to those levels, we would need another 56% boost. Is that impossible? Probably not, because we just did 60 right here, right? Right? We just did 65 right here. So it's definitely not improbable. Is it likely? Maybe not right this second, but there's a lot of institutional investment, a lot of money sitting on the sidelines just waiting for these ETFs to get approved. And it looks like they're making progress. We'll get to that later in the show. Then, of course, here, regulation won't kill crypto is the title. Regulation can harm crypto. I don't think it will kill crypto. I think if the U.S. said right now, nobody in America can trade or deal within crypto, I think us as the people will still find a way to participate, whether it's mining or what have you. If the U.S. decided to become like China in a certain aspect, I'm not saying we're going to become communist, but in a certain aspect of locking down the network and the internet providers and stuff like that, preventing, access to exchanges, blah, blah, blah. They push all the exchanges offshore, trying to prevent transactions from happening on various blockchains, whatever it might be. I think we would still find a way. We always find a way. It doesn't matter if you're in the U.S. or whatever country. When the country tries to be a jerk, the people always find a way to get around, circumvent, or put them back in their place. But banking regulators appear to be trying to kill or dismantle the crypto industry, brandishing an array of lawsuits and an intimidating flood of regulatory measures. These are fears that could spell doom for the industry. The SEC, led by jerk-off Gary Gensler, and yes, I did say that, YouTube, do not demonetize me, been particularly aggressive against crypto firms. Gensler agency has filed over 780 enforcement actions in 2023, including over 500 standalone cases. Brian Armstrong here says that today Coinbase received a Wells notice, talking about the Wells notice of the past. That's back in March. They're, of course, still fighting that. I don't know what the update is on that. We need to figure out what the update is on that. But global regulation is that can impact the growth of crypto. However, with more countries embracing crypto worldwide, I don't think it's the reason for crypto to die off, he said. I think we're past the point of no return as far as that. Not so much the question, the poll that I posted for you in the live chat. Make sure you go check that out and vote. But as far as past the point of no return, as far as crypto being capable, like the government, the world being capable of killing crypto, I think we're past the point of return, no return for that. So we'll see how things go, but some crypto will probably die, but the industry will survive. I do agree with that, right? Out of 2 million crypto, we look in the top left here of CoinMarketCap, it says 2 million plus. And back it was like only a couple 100,000, and then CoinMarketCap started tracking every little S coin out there, like that just popped up all of a sudden on some, random Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain or whatever. It's definitely been stupid. In my opinion, we don't need any of those. We don't need probably 89 to 90% of the coins that are out there. We don't, right? We don't need meme coins. I know it's fun. It's a good joke. We have fun with it. It builds community. A lot of strong communities out there for various meme coins. But it's not necessary. It's not bringing us any tangible benefits to the world. It's not changing lives. It's not impacting. It's just whatever. So we don't need all of them. So I do agree that some crypto will probably die. And so is Tomas, who is convinced that the crypto market will reach another side of the crypto winter and beyond. He thinks it will likely survive as concept, but not all projects and currencies will make it in the long term. According to Exploiting Topics, there's over 10,500 different cryptocurrencies in existence as of November 2023. Obviously, there's more than that. according to CoinMarketCap, because again, there's a lot of S coins on various networks. However, it's estimated that only 8,848 out of that 10,500 are still active in the space. A lot of them are actually dead, right? Like, how is FTT still alive? Like, what the hell? Why is FTT still alive? Right? This token, which was primarily held by FTX, and this token valuation collapsing that killed FTX or helped kill FTX, right? How is this project still alive? I mean, it's nowhere near its all-time highs. But how the hell is this thing still alive? I don't know. You know, it's back asswards to me. But anyways, projects that didn't have a real life use case died off, but the ones that truly make an impact have not only survived but thrived. And that's true, right? The people that continue to build in these various ecosystems, projects, networks, may not be as booming as the latest and greatest coin, the newest and shiniest things, but long term, they're building for the future, right? That's one of the reasons why I'm strong on ADA and a few of these other projects, is because the team, despite the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, they continue to build, continue to grow, continue to innovate. But a lot of coins probably won't make it. There's going to be a lot of coins that pop up, especially right now. If we are indeed at the beginning of the bear market, or the bull market, excuse me, not the bear market, there's going to be a lot more crap coins that pop up. There's going to be a lot more rug pulls. So be careful, be mindful. And rug pulls are not just centered around, proof of stake or non-proof of work networks. They're everywhere, and they're becoming more and more. I forgot what the word I want to use is, but it's happening more and more in the proof of work space, right? We talked about this in a previous video. If you haven't checked that out, please do. A growing concern that I'm seeing trend in the space. Unfortunately, it's freaking becoming more relevant, unfortunately. So just be mindful. Research the project. Don't just go with what the YouTuber says. We do have, for example, Yeti.uk, where we're auditing as fast as we can various proof of work tokens, software wallets, hardware wallets, smart contracts. A lot of good things coming, so stay tuned. Our goal is to help the community, right? We want to make sure, if some bad actors out there, that along with CoffeeZilla, Coin Bureau, Altcoin Daily, along with them, we're calling out those bad actors. But you're going to be able to come to our website and get data and information about that contract, about that software wallet, about that proof of work coin. It's not a full-time job that I can undertake, but it's something that I have a passion for, and I try to do my best to bring that to you. We did talk a little bit about how to mine currencies, but we don't look at the actual coins on this channel. We might start doing that in the future, so just stay tuned. And again, if I have the availability, the capability, and the time, I will get to it as soon as possible. But if you see it from your favorite content creator, educator, YouTuber, please do not just go based upon what they say. Go and do a little research yourself. Look into the dev team. Look into their coin market cap. Look into their GitHub. How many commits? I talked about what I look at when I'm looking at a particular coin or project. I went over that many times in past videos. If you need me to do it again, leave me a comment in the live chat, or down after this video if you're not here in the live chat, and maybe we'll do another update again of what I'm looking for. But long story short, I don't see Bitcoin. And people can scream for its death, but I don't see it, ever dying, ever dying. That's just pure speculation on my part. But I mean, if it's lived this long, and it has this much of an impact on, and because a lot of people say the current price of Bitcoin is because of retail investors. Imagine if we have large scale institutions, hedge funds, that good old Sadhu Prince oil money getting involved. We're looking pretty good. And no disrespect to the princes out there and the Saudi Arabian personnel. I mean, no disrespect. I have nothing but love for all sexes, races, nationalities, religions. It does not matter. We can all share in each other's passions of blockchain and cryptocurrency, crypto mining, the whole 9 yards. Moving on, crypto provisions dropped from 2023 U.S. Defense Bill. The military linked its bill linked bill is viewed as a must-pass legislation, so lawmakers sometimes try to tack on other things to get them passed. 2 crypto provisions addressing anti-money laundering concerns were dropped from the joint version of the National Defense Authorization Act, the military funding bill viewed as a must-pass legislation, ending a backdoor effort to get digital assets rules passed this year in the U.S. According to the joint bill published on Thursday by lawmakers from the U.S. House Senate, provisions that would create anti-money laundering examination standard for crypto assets and require a report analyzing the use of privacy coins or other, anonymous technologies in crypto were dropped. The House Representatives version of the NDAA did not contain the provisions that the Senate version did. The NDAA details the military budget for the upcoming year. Though, as many of the U.S. few must-pass bills, it's often amended with various provisions. Senate amendments included one for Secretary of Treasury to establish a risk-focused examination and review process for financial institutions to look at whether reporting obligations for crypto assets under money laundering rules were adequate and whether firms were compliant. The other would direct the Department of Treasury to produce and publish a report on the use of mixers or tumblers, right? So what was it, Tornado Cash? The magnitude of the transactions using privacy tools and the extent at which sanctioned entities might be using those tools and more. It would also direct Treasury to come up with the recommendations for legislation or regulation related to the technologies and services described. Later on Thursday, we got Senator Mark Warner, Mitt Romney, Jack Reed, Mike Ronds, intended to expand U.S. senators' roles to any parties facilitate financial transactions with terrorists, right? So it's the same thing as we've been hearing regarding this increased level of tactics to encourage or advise the American people or the world that crypto is strictly being used for money laundering, terrorism, nefarious purposes. That all it is used for is by North Korea Lazarus Group. What's up, Laz? Hope you guys are doing good. Lazarus Group to undermine, hack, and fund its nuclear programs. Like, that's not what crypto is all used for. And it's not just crypto. It can be any asset class. More commonly used is fiat, US dollars, or whatever the currency is for that country, right? So money laundering exists in all spaces, but this mindset of crypto is primarily or majority used for is very disappointing. Anyways, moving on to this article, U.S. Senators target crypto and bill enforcing sanctions on terrorist groups. That was 21 hours ago, and then the article that I read to you was at 5:31. I believe, obviously the actions did not work. The bipartisan group of lawmakers in the United States introduced legislation aimed at countering cryptocurrency's role in financial terrorism, explicitly citing October 7th attack by Hamas on Israel. On December 7th announcement, Senators Mitt Romney, Mark Warner, blah, blah, blah. This is the same thing we just talked about. They introduced the Terrorism Financial Prevention Act. The bill expand U.S. sanctions to include parties funding terrorist organizations with cryptocurrency or fiat. According to Romney, the legislation would allow the U.S. Treasury to go after emerging threats involving digital assets in the wake of October 7th, a terrorist attack in Hezbollah. It is critical that the Department of Treasury, and this is a quote from Senator Rounds, it's critical that the Department of Treasury has the necessary counterterrorism tools to combat modern threats. The Terrorism Financial Prevention Act, these common sense steps towards rooting out terrorism by sanctioning foreign financial institutions and foreign digital asset companies that assist them in committing these heinous acts. The 10-page bill included provisions allowing the U.S. Treasury to prohibit transactions with a foreign digital asset transaction facilitator, listing a sanctioned entity, Treasury Office of Foreign Asset Controls, sanctioned a Gaza-based crypto provider or operator on October 18th and added North Korea's nationals to its list, using cryptocurrency mixers to launder funds like a Tornado Cash. The Senator's proposed bill came as many U.S. lawmakers have been outspoken about crypto alleged role in funding terrorist groups. In October, roughly a week after Hamas attack, blah, 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 Senator Elizabeth Warren and more than 100 lawmakers signed a letter calling for action, meaningful cartel illicit crypto activities. Warren claimed on December 6th hearing that North Korea had funded roughly half of its missile program, talking about nuclear missiles, using proceeds of crypto crime. Blockchain analytics firm Elliptic reported October there was no evidence that Hamas has received significant volume of crypto donations to fund its attacks. Just like, where the hell is the proof that North Korea is using roughly half of its illicit activities in crypto to fund their nuclear program? Like, we can see this stuff, guys. There's chain analysis. We can see this stuff. And of course, while Senator Elizabeth Warren was on stage, she of course was talking to Jamie Dimon, and Jamie Dimon of course agreed and said, if I was in the government, I would close it down. Meanwhile, in the past, when he did stuff like this to fund Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, his firm was going right around their backs and buying said cryptocurrencies. So it's really very hypocritical for him to say that. For one, I thought he would be changing his mind, but I guess he has not yet. And we could see a couple quotes here on this article. Jamie Dimon lashes out against crypto, stating that if he was the government, he would close it down. So the quote here says that I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. Right? Says Jamie Dimon to Elizabeth Warren. The only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, money laundering, and tax avoidance. Okay, some criminals probably do use it. Drug traffickers, most definitely. Money laundering, if it's there, they're going to use it, whether it's fiat or crypto. Tax avoidance, I can agree with that. But that's not the primary use case. That is not the main... Dude, it's very upsetting, as you can see. I'm getting a little bit spirited. It's very upsetting to see this. But it's not the first time, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not the first time. What's up, Pellish Miner, Crypto McKell, Tech Man, Gordon Murray, Hereby Service, Fly in Brian. Hope you guys are doing good. Caveman Mining, haven't seen you in a bit. You doing good, bud? Appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me. We're gonna play some videos here in just a moment, but you guys are not fooled by this. I'm pretty sure those of you that are watching right now are not fooled by this rhetoric, this questioning, these terminology, whatever it is. But we got another quote here, right? When it comes to banking policy, I'm not usually holding hands with the CEOs of multi-billion-dollar banks, but in this matter of national security, terrorism, drug traffickers, and rogue nations should be barred from using crypto for their dangerous activities. It is time for Congress to act, said Warren. Now, here's the thing, Warren, Miss Elizabeth Warren, Senator Elizabeth Warren. How do you plan on doing that? How do you plan on doing that? How do you plan on stopping those rogue nations, those drug traffickers, those terrorists? How do you plan? Because you stop them. Let's say we stop them on Bitcoin, right? Oh, we can see it. We can see it, right? Bitcoin's not private. We can see it. Oh, Ethereum, yeah. Ethereum centralized. We can stop them. We can stop this address from transact. What's going to stop them from moving to a different coin, a lesser known coin, or a privacy token, or a different network, or creating their own cryptocurrency that they can then convert, whatever they stole into, and then you can't do it. Like, just in case you guys don't know, every time a centralized authority, whether it's a government, a country, whatever, tries to shut down something, the people just move on and rebuild or transfer the server or turn the internet back on. So I'm very interested. Maybe they could stop it at the financial side, right? The banking side, right? When they actually try to do it with the financial, when I try to take my crypto, right, and I try to convert it into my local currency at these exchanges, at these banks, at these digital asset providers or whatever. Yeah, I could see that. But if I use a mixing service and I put it into a currency that financial service doesn't know is tied to me or tied to my address or my entity or my organization, right? I transfer it into USDT and I get an exchange to accept that and convert it into my local currency, whatever it might be, and then I just, cash out. Like I'm interested to see how they plan on stopping this, is the point being. But the mindset is wrong. there needs to be regulation. There needs to be clear regulation. But not all users of crypto are within the drug trafficking, criminal underworld, money laundering, and tax avoidance. Not all. As this article says again, crypto is for criminals. JP Morgan has been fined $39 billion and has its own token. Right? It has its own token. What is it? JP Coin? Something like that. It's a private network. I don't think it's open for everybody. But yeah, they do have their own token. So very, very hypocritical. Very hypocritical. As he basically just agreed with Elizabeth Warren. I'm not sure if he did it because he was on TV, on stage with Elizabeth Warren, and just wanted to say what he needed to say so he could agree and get out of there, and instead of argue with the senator. I'm not sure. But you know, John Deaton agrees on December 6th. Talk about being a hypocrite. We got some more here. You know, talking about the fine. JP Morgan agreed to a $75 million settlement with the U.S. Virgin Islands in September over allegations that it enabled and financially benefited from Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking operation. That's sex trafficking between 2002 and 2005. However, it should be noted that settlements aren't admissions of guilt. On October 2013, the bank paid $13 billion in large fines in its corporate history for fraudulent, misleading investors over toxic mortgage deals. Remember the whole situation? Mortgage-backed securities, something like that. Yeah. And then we got another $1 billion to settle the investigation regarding manipulating various metals futures markets, right? So they've been fined multiple times for various things, including sex trafficking, which is one of the terms used by a Miss Warren regarding crypto. And then they have their GPM token, or JPM coin, a private version of the Ethereum blockchain for its institutional client base. It rolled it out in October with BlackRock as one of its clients. It also contributed about $65 million funding round for Ethereum infrastructure firm Consensus in April 2021. So I don't think he really wants crypto to die. I don't think he really wants crypto wants crypto to be stopped. But he said it. Very asinine, but whatever. And we're going to come back to this video that I'm sure you all seen. We're going to come back to all this towards the end of the stream. We're going to continue moving on. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Chuck Danger 87 says, I love how they avoid the fact that terrorists, etc., or etc., have been using cash for crimes for years, right? Right? And I'm going to tell you something, too. I watched a documentary, right, where I forgot which country it is. I think it was in a South American country where they got the money printers, right? They're printing out $100 bills. They figured out how to counterfeit the $100 bill or $20 bill or whatever, you know, the paper, the crispness, the colorization, the markings, the security markings, whatever. They figured it out. And you see this guy like open up a storage thing early in the morning, look around, make sure nobody's there, and he's just printing money. He's just printing money, right? You can't do that. You can't do that with Bitcoin. You can't just be like, oh, I need an extra 100,000 right now. Let me go to my storage unit and print it out. No, you can't do that. You can go and buy it, but obviously that's capital liquidity that you need to deploy. You can mine it, but you're not gonna get that 100,000 like that unless you get a big farm, a really big farm. So, you know, like if I was in that criminal space, I wouldn't be using the traditional means in the financial infrastructure. I wouldn't be using real money. I'd be using counterfeit money, and I will be avoiding anything to do with the financial system. So I don't know, like how I don't understand how they plan on doing that, how they plan on locking it down. If they could lock it down, how would they do it? Like I said, maybe they could do it with Ethereum because it's more centralized, but with the other networks, or even if they were able to do it, they just move on to a different network. So I don't know. Anyways, let's move on to crypto biz. BlackRock Bitcoin ETF seed capital. All right, it's just multiple news in one freaking article. All right, so the countdown is underway for the SEC to decide on approving the first Bitcoin exchange traded fund, or ETF. After several days, the regulator's final deadline is approaching, with market participants anticipating decision in early January 2024. I know they delayed it multiple times. They might delay it again, so I don't have my hopes up too high, but there's another sign that a green light may be forthcoming. Companies awaiting approval from the have a regular meet with the SEC officials over the past week, discussing their proposals and making adjustments as requested. If approved, blah, 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 the biggest cryptocurrency, yada, yada, yada. What do we got here? Give me something good. All right, so we know that the anticipation has led to Bitcoin futures open interest to reach 5.2 billion on global derivatives giants, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or CME, on December 6th. Only 200 million lower than its all-time high of late October 2021 during the bull market. With Bitcoin open interest jumping, markets are gearing up for another turning point in prices and more volatility in 2024. Looks like BlackRock seed capital for its Bitcoin ETF Hashkey, expanding its market maker approach, and society, I don't know how to say that. Generale issuing a bond on Ethereum. Hong Kong's Hashkey exchange will soon allow individual and enterprise market makers to provide liquidity on exchange. According to an announcement, Hashkey will enable individuals and entities to apply to become market makers if they trade at least 5 million of cryptocurrencies per month on the exchange. That's big boy. Depending on monthly rankings or trading volume, users and firms will receive between 0.005% and 0.0115% of transaction volume as commission. Ooh, okay, that's pretty big. I don't know what that number would equal, but I'm guessing that might be a little bit attractive to some people. All market makers are exempt from paying commission fees on trades. The exchange has been increasing its service offerings. In November, Hashkey launched insurance coverage for users and enterprise assets stored within its digital wallets. Insurance, huh? So kind of like, because this is a Chinese firm? Hong Kong? Yeah, it's a Chinese firm. I wonder, that's kind of like a FDIC insurance. I wonder if they actually have the funds to back up what their clients have put into it. BlackRock received a $100,000 seed fund for Bitcoin ETF. Where did they get it from? From an unknown investor. Okay, that's interesting. I just said where did they get it from. So it's from an unknown investor for its spot Bitcoin ETF on October 2023. According to his latest U.S. SEC filing, the investor agreed to purchase 4,000 shares for $100,000 on October 27, 2023 at the price of $20 per share. With the investor acting as a statutory underwriter with respect to the seed creation baskets, according to BlackRock's latest finding, it plans to borrow Bitcoin or cash as trade credit from a trade credit lender, which I believe BlackRock is trying to work with Coinbase on a short-term basis to pay the sponsors' fees. BlackRock can charge their fees via a loan instead of having to sell Bitcoin, the ETF asset. That way they don't impact Bitcoin price that much. Interesting. So as far as selling, I need somebody to explain that to me. As far as selling, to not impact Bitcoin's price negatively, they can charge the fees via a loan. So that means they only want to push the price up. I guess they would only want to push the price up, but wouldn't that be kind of like I don't know. That's very strange. Very strange. Somebody explain that to me. Somebody get in my head and tell me what that means. Nobody? Okay. All right, cool. Thanks anyways. Anyways, we're just going to move on from this article. It's a little crap. Fidelity held a meeting with SEC about spot Bitcoin funds, submitting presentation about ETF Flowworks. So Fidelity, another meeting with the SEC. It was on December 7th about its proposed, Bitcoin ETF, according to a memo. Basically, they provided a presentation to the SEC titled Bitcoin ETF Flowworks, in-kind creation and redemption models. Arbitrage and Hedge are more efficient with physical creations. The presentation stated, self-clearing ETF market maker firms can facilitate efficient arbitrage and acting as an agency AP for non-self-clearing ETF market maker firms with crypto affiliates. Allowing for physical creation and redemption is critical to enhance trading efficiency and secondary market prices for all participants. Again, somebody get in my head and explain that to me. I'll let you guys hype that up. All I know is that the ETF is going to be a good thing for Bitcoin, but the OGs of Bitcoin or crypto overall do not want the centralized authorities to have a mainstay in the ecosystem at all. But this is going to be a positive. So for many of the people holding on to Bitcoin or stacking up that Bitcoin, there is a large percentage, not 100%, but a large percentage that the Bitcoin you're holding right now will be worth a lot more later when you're ready to retire or when you're ready to do whatever. Just be prepared, like I said in the past, be prepared to get that number in your head to know when you're going to take profits. Get a number. I'm going to sell at 150,000. I'm going to sell at 200,000. I'm going to sell at 500,000. Whatever the number is, get that in your head and be ready to take profits. Don't be afraid to take profits, but also don't FOMO back in after you take profits. So anyways, a lot of wordage here that I'm not 100% familiar with when it comes to a financial or regulatory aspect, but it seems pretty good from what I understand. We're on the right track. We're looking pretty good because on November 28th, BlackRock had his meeting as well with the SEC, and all it's talking about is the presentation, what the presentation said, what the plans are, yada yada. So January 2024, could we have a Bitcoin ETF? According to what we're reading and what I'm understanding, yes, but the SEC has delayed many times before. So I am not putting all my eggs in their basket. I would never put any of my eggs in their basket. I would never put my faith in them unless the leadership changes. We'll see how things shake out later in 2024. But this article says 12 best cryptocurrency stocks to buy according to hedge funds. I would urge caution with these type of articles. Do not fall for the hype, please. Just fall back on your fundamentals, right? But it doesn't say where's the crypto, where's the coins. All right, so this isn't a coin. This is stocks, right? So this is the ASIC manufacturer, Canon Inc., right? Companies in Singapore, provides ASIC machines, blah blah blah. So that's one stock to look at. Then there's Hut 8 Mining Corp, Canadian cryptocurrency mining platform provider. Then there's Bit Digital, again, same thing, but American Bitcoin crypto mining firm. There's Hive Digital Technologies Ltd, mines cryptocurrencies, operates data centers. Dude, I don't think you should get this confused with Hive On. Let's go see here. Yeah, this is not Hive On, Hive OS, or anything like that. They're in Vancouver, yada, yada, yada. Bit Farms, another Canadian server farm and electrical service provider. TeraWolf Inc., a Bitcoin miner with facilities in New York and Pennsylvania. Iris Energy Limited, Australian version of what we just talked about, Bitcoin mining firm. And that was not 12, that was 6. Where's the other 6? Where's the other 6? Cypher Mining, which is an American Bitcoin mining company. That's 6. I hate when you guys do this crap. All right, next. Stupid ads. Clean Spark. I heard of Clean Spark, actually, a Nevada-based Bitcoin mining company based in Henderson, Canada. Marathon Digital Holdings, heard of them as well. Diverse cryptocurrency firm that owns and operates a blockchain ecosystem. The firm has beaten analysts' EPS estimates in 2 out of its 4 latest quarters. Riot Platform, another one, diversified cryptocurrency mining company that focuses on providing mining infrastructure or hosting for Bitcoin miners. And an Argo Blockchain, another one that I saw as well. which is in Britain, or British cryptocurrency based in Britain, cryptocurrency mining farm. So these are companies that are either mining firms, or like, for example, ASIC providers. Does Bitmain stocks, does it have stock? I don't think so. Bit mining limited. Yeah, that's Bit mining limited though. I don't think Bitmain has a stock. Two fundings, raised 450 million, latest fund, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. That was in 2018, so I guess that was just to get their operations up and running. But no, they don't have a stock. So it's funny that let's look up Canaan Ltd. Stock. Is this the same thing? Let me make sure here. News, financials, insight, statistics. Where are you? Profile. Be nice if the website worked. Come on. Yeah, computer hardware, computer industry, computer hardware. Yeah. Yeah. Same logo. Avalon, yeah. Avalon miners. Canon Avalon miners. All right, so that's the only ASIC company that actually has a stock. That's interesting to me. All right. And let's see where on ASIC miner value, let's see what Canon, one of the Avalon miners are, if any. Let's not use this one. Let's use mine the ASIC. Avalon? Yeah, so Canon Avalon miner A1466 makes $6 a day. It's around 3,200 watts. I mean, yeah, it's not the S21. I mean, it's not the, the What's miner, but Canon is a company that a lot of farms do end up using or have a good mix of. So I would say that's pretty relevant. Now, what are you going to do with this information? That's up to you guys. I'm just going through the top stocks that this article recommends. It's pure speculation. It's pure an opinion piece. Has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. I'm just sharing that information with you. Lastly, Robinhood launches crypto trading service in the EU. Congratulations. I'm not sure if you guys care. I really don't. Maybe that's it's a positive as Robinhood continues to grow, more exposure to the EU. And like I said at the beginning of the video, not really too excited about Nvidia and AMD and Intel right now. We'll see what the future holds for them. I really hope that the efficiency gets a lot better instead of us having to have a 650 watt GPU and a 300 or 250 plus watt CPU. I want better performance and a better jump from generation to generation without having to run my drive. Okay. But that is pretty much it for this live stream. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and watch this video from CNBC, Crypto World, and I'm going to let you guys hang out because we got Red Panda Mining coming on next here in just a moment. Let's go to YouTube. Red Panda Mining is, going live here in a little bit. He says he sold his Carlson too early, but hey, right now, if we were to look at all my GPUs, or let's just go to GPU calculator. And by the way, hashrate.no was acting really weird earlier this week. Let's say we got 12 3060s right now, right? 12 3060s. Our electric cost is 20 cents per kilowatt hour, the US average. We're making about $10 a day, $8 to $10 a day, maybe $5 to $7 in profit after payment of electricity compared to the next coin. It is certainly down compared to what it was. A lot of people jumped on it. You can't blame the content creators because this coin was been out for a while, and I bet you $5, including myself, have been mining Carlson before we even talked about it, and I'm sure many of you were as well. So you know, it's our job to try to educate, and all I try to do is show people how they can mine Carlson. Matter of fact, I'm hoping Carlson will come out with that GUI wallet sooner rather than later. Caffeine Crypto, I don't think they have yet, but we'll see. They did update their website finally, per recommendation. And yeah, we're still waiting on their GUI wallet. I did show people how to set up their wallet, the CLI wallet, and you can do it in Linux or Windows. But it would be nice to see that GUI wallet sometime in the future. But yeah, all we can do is create content to try to help users, right? Teach them how to mine, how to set their flight sheets, batch files, overclocks, whatever. You can't get mad at us when we're trying to educate people. At the same time, I know some of these projects, when they come out fresh off the press, it's kind of disappointing when a content creator talks about it, because then everybody floods to that currency and then your profits get diminished. I understand that. I know exactly how that feels. It's not my first rodeo. It's not going to be my last. Spec mining is fun only if you make profits. It's not fun when you're left holding the bag and the profits of that particular coin drop like a rock. So either way, I'm going to continue to make content, teaching and educating and sharing data. If it disappoints you because it's about a token that you were hoping nobody would talk about for a long time, and so you can stack it all up yourself, I'm sorry. But you just got to understand that's just how the world works, right? We may not talk about it right as soon as it comes out, but it's going to be relatively shortly after. Therefore, it's going to draw attention, bringing more miners, increasing the network hash rate and difficulty, reducing profitability. But let's hang out, wait for Red Panda Minus going live in a minute. Let's see what Senator let's see what this thing says. Of course, I always forget about the ads. All right, check in live chat real quick. Would you please link the stock article in your description? Oh, crap, I closed it out.
Back below $44,000. Montenegro reportedly preps to send Do Kwon back to the United States. And Brock Pierce, chairman of the Bitcoin Foundation, weighs in on what's driving the cryptocurrency's recent rally. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel. Crypto prices are mixed this morning, with Bitcoin taking a bit of a pause from its ongoing rally. By noon Eastern, it inched lower to just under $44,000. Ether, though, is still climbing. It was up more than 3% at $23.46, and Uniswap advanced by the same amount to $6.29. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. Montenegro is reportedly gearing up to extradite Do Kwon to the U.S. The Wall Street Journal reports that the country's top justice official has said privately that he plans to send the Terraform Labs co-founder to the U.S. to face criminal trial rather than South Korea. Do Kwon has been jailed in Montenegro since March, when he was found traveling with falsified documents. He'd been on the run since the collapse of Terra Luna in May of 2022. CNBC reached out to the U.S. attorney in Manhattan, who declined to comment. We also reached out to Do Kwon's attorney, but haven't heard back yet. Next, Senator Elizabeth Warren joined CNBC's Squawk Box this morning to push for law enforcement of crypto. Senator Warren pointed to the Bank Secrecy Act, which tells banks to help track money laundering. She said that law, which was last updated in the wake of 9/11, now needs to account for the crypto industry.
What we need to do is we need to update it again, because there's a new threat out there. It's crypto, and it is being used for terrorist financing. It is being used for drug trafficking. North Korea is using it to pay for about half of its nuclear weapons program. We can't allow that to continue.
Senator Warren's comments come a day after big bank CEOs testified before the Senate Banking Committee, of which she's a member. In the hearing, she asked them if crypto should be subject to the same regulations as the banking system, and they all agreed it should. That includes JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon, who said if he were the government, he'd close crypto down. Finally, there are a couple crypto developments in Europe you should know about. The first, France's third largest bank, Société Générale, has launched its own stablecoin. That's according to the Financial Times, which says the bank debut the stablecoin on Bitstamp. The EUR convertible token will track the price of the euro, and the CEO of the bank's digital assets unit told the FT that the bank hopes the stablecoin will be used to settle digital bond trades and more. And at the same time, Robinhood is expanding in the EU. The crypto exchange
Okay, some of the same things we talked about. It didn't have the actual conversation between Jamie Dimon that I was hoping for. Let's see if this one does. It's going to have an ad again. Yep, sure enough. Okay, so the poll has ended. Bitcoin past the point of no return is what I asked. 55 said no, 44 said yes. And so that means some of you think that we're still not in the bull market. Like we're never going to go back to those lows. So we'll see.
down the findings of its new energy use report. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanae. The CEO doesn't want to say where the company headquarters are located. The FT reports that Richard Tang, who took over the CEO position after CZ stepped down last month, declined to disclose where the company is based. While speaking at the outlet's Crypto and Digital Assets Summit in London, Tang reportedly asked why anyone feels entitled to those details and said there isn't a need for Binance to share that information publicly. Of course, the business is still reeling from a $4.3 billion settlement with U.S. officials over criminal and civil charges. Tang reportedly said at the summit that Binance acknowledged those mistakes and moved past them. Next, JPMorgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon says the government should put a stop to crypto. In a Senate Banking Committee hearing on Wednesday, Senator Elizabeth Warren asked Dimon to explain why crypto is a, quote, attractive tool for terrorists, drug traffickers, and rogue nations. This is how he responded.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, and that is a use case because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have been built up over many years, know your customers, sanctions, OFAC, they can get bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
Jamie Dimon has famously been opposed to crypto for years, telling CNBC Bitcoin is a hyped-up fraud at the beginning of this year. Finally, the IRS says it's chasing more and more crypto tax evasion. The agency...
What do you mean? Black sales. You said something is happening to Dynex price right now. What do you mean? I mean, I know it's been dropping, but it's been dropping since really November. Let's look at the 5-minute. Okay, so we got a drop from 89 to 87. I'm not seeing what you're seeing. I wouldn't say that's a big drop or anything like that. Okay, 0.84 to 0.94 is 10% jump in 5 minutes. So somebody making a large buy order or something. Let's see here. The volume spiking. I mean, the volume has picked up. Right, 24-hour volume's over 2 million. We'll see the data as it happens. I'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how things go. Black sales. Keep an eye on it as well. Let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. All right, is Red Panda live yet? Red Panda is not live yet. Come on, Red. You asleep? Let's go, buddy. Let's see here. Come chat with me while y'all wait. So, any questions, comments, concerns? So, Dynex, we'll keep an eye on that. Black Sales says that the price is spiking between 84 cents and 94 cents, about 10% in 5 minutes. Let's see. Can we go down to the 1 minute time scale? So, that is a price jump. You know, first off, there was a price dip, right, of about 2.24%. And then a price jump of about 0.8%, but maybe I'm lagging. Let's see here. So let's look from the bottom here to the top here. That's about a 6% jump. Okay. So where are you going, Black Sales? So let's go from the bottom here to up there. 7%. I mean, this is all 1 minute. So definitely today's date's the 9th. So we're still on the 9th. We go from this bottom to this top. And that's a 12% jump. Okay. So maybe somebody got interested in Dynex all of a sudden. Not sure. Looks like we had a buy signal flash back here. And another strong one, two strong ones right here. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. See how things pan out. But a lot of the coins are, catching up to Bitcoin. Actually, if we go to CoinMarketCap, what I want you to note is right here, right? You can see Bitcoin kind of plateauing. But if we look at some of the other coins, right? Ethereum might sort of be like kind of following Bitcoin, right? As far as the chart 7-day look. But then some of the other coins like BNB is pumping up, right? XRP pumping up, Solana pumping up, Cardano, sort of Doge, kind of have a fall off, but like everybody else kind of like Avalanche, Tron, Polkadot, Chainlink. A lot of the altcoins are pumping up. So Bitcoin's stalling, which is good, right? We don't want to keep running straight up like a half pipe. And the rest of the altcoins are trying to catch up with it, right? So next time Bitcoin's ready to take a step up, maybe the altcoins can go with it. Again, mining profitability at 20 cent per kilowatt hour charge, 1230/60s. Carlson, still attractive to many. How long would that sustain? Son of a Tech called for price manipulation or possible price manipulation as Carlson continues to stay up. Mission schedule is obviously impacting people as more and more people come online, plus the normal emission schedule. So profitability, 24-hour profits of the currency is diminished quite a bit. And the Ghost Rider coin is still doing really good. Again, I said on Twitter, do not sleep on Alphium. It's still looking pretty attractive to me, especially if you had 1230/60s. But a lot of the Ghost Rider coins, as you can see here, are just doing really good. Stay tuned. I do a video at the end of every month. Most profitable cryptocurrency to mine. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check that out. I do that once every month, and then we're going to do another one in January for the entire year of 2023. Like looking at all the data for 2023, what was the most profitable cryptocurrency to mine? At least the top 10. There's going to be a lot of shakers and movers because a lot of coins moved around, right? What's the number one spot may not always be the number one spot for not only the all throughout the entire month or all 30 days, depending on the month, but throughout the entire year. That's very intriguing. And usually, it's a lagging indicator where you, the end user, can look at my data, compare it with your data or somebody else's, and say, you know what? Out of all the projects that have shown up, these projects consistently stay in the top 5, top 3, top 10. So I want to focus on those, right? Or I want to dual mine this coin and that coin. That's what I'm hoping you can discern from the data. But it's going to take your research and your speculation. Obviously, whatever project shows up, don't just mine it because it's the number one in hashrate.no. You should really be looking into the project itself, looking at their website, looking at their GitHub. And again, if you want me to do another dedicated video about what I look for, let me know. There's not a lot of activity on Carlson. How many devs are involved? I think there's only like one, maybe two, like one and then a couple contributors. Yeah, so not much activity in GitHub, and I would like to see more activity. It looks like there's a pickup on the gRPC, but besides that, it's a fork of Caspa, right? Fork of Caspa, change a few things. It's supposedly a different algo. I can tell you that because my FPGA won't automatically pick it up right away. It seems to be, and I'm just leaking information. Some people are going to kill me for this. FPGAs are on Carlson. That's all I'm going to say. How? I don't have that information. All I know is that, yes, there is. So we'll see how that turns out. Some people are going to be very mad for me saying that, but whatever. I'm not leaking their information. I'm not leaking the private bit stream. I'm not leaking any of that. I'm just saying that FPGAs, somebody's figured out how to get their FPGAs on Carlson. Just not everybody, right? So it's not everybody in the world that can do it just yet. So we'll see how things turn out. But there is Red Panda Mining. He is live. You guys go have yourself a wonderful day. I got to go get some things done. I will keep in touch with you as best I can. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, subscribe to the channel, and we'll go from there. But yeah, Superscalar K10 has Bitstream already. I knew it was coming with K1 said it was 99% done. When C1100? I know, right? That nerd beast, I'm waiting just as much as you are. We'll see how things go and what the steps are to complete it. There's a new Radiant Bitstream. I haven't made a video on it, but I already got, it has less fees and yada, yada, yada. I haven't done a video on how to do it yet. I should, but I'm so backlogged with content. It is absolutely crazy, but I appreciate it very much. Jesus Coin just hit 10K holders this morning and is rising. Just wanted to share the great news. Jesus Coin. Appreciate you sharing the news. Thank you for the $9 or $10, I guess you could say. Be careful with these type of coins. Are we talking about Jesus Coin on Binance Smart Chain, Lee? Let's see, just hit 10K holders. Okay. I mean, yeah. Gotta be careful with these projects, but usually once they get their foothold, right, and all the whales had their fun with playing with it, you know, it can turn out to be a good profit-taking opportunity. Just, I would urge caution, guys. And that's the hard part about the DeFi space is that there's so many different like, look, you look up Jesus Coin, and there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 results. There's Baby Jesus, Jesus Coin BSC, Jesus Coin Jesus, Jesus Coin JC, Jesus. Like, which one is the right one? I'm assuming the one with the ranks is the correct one. The one without the ranks, maybe not so much. Well, maybe. I don't know. This has got better markets than the other one we just looked at. Very interesting. Maybe we should do a smart contract audit of it. We'll see. Go suggest it at yeti.uk if you're interested. Otherwise, go hang out with Red Panda Mining. I will catch you in the next one. You have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you so much for hanging out and dealing with me. Jesus is not censored. Why? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean, Lee. But anyways, I'm going to send you guys over to Red Panda Mining. You have yourself a wonderful day. Do me a favor. Hit the like button on the way out. Make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out some links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And I appreciate you. Lee, so is this only... No, it's not. I don't understand. What you mean? I just looked at Jesus Coin. Oh, you're talking to... Oh, you guys are talking to each other in chat. Okay, all right. I'll let you guys go. Be nice to one another. Have yourself a great day. Smash the like button on the way out. And I'll catch you later.